extra. Stone cold face there. He's like, I need a drink. I don't know what I'm doing.
I was picturing like a Home Depot commercial with this music. Like a dude just leaf blowing his yard.
Totally has
generic rock music vibe.
Yeah. For the ones who get it done.
Yeah, right.
It's a damn good time. All right. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
I'm Tyler.
And this is a damn good time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Oh, yeah. On this week's episode, we have Tyler Dutton in the studio. Yeah. Fall is officially here. So we're going to try Market Garden's Franklin Castle Pumpkin Spice Ale.
What a name.
There's so many words in there.
It's like you cut out the whole middle.
Yeah. It's a pumpkin spice ale. And then we've got a recipe for a hot rum and cider, which is going to be dope.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk the twins.
Yeah.
The twins are here, baby.
They arrived.
I'm a dad.
Here. Then we're going to get into some other fun topics while having a damn good time. So without further ado, let's get into this bish.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
That's
do it.
right. So we hinted there in the intro. We're going to get right into it. The twins are here.
They are.
How about them little babies?
3 days old.
3 days fresh.
Fresh boys.
And before you judge me, because I'm not there, I have both grandmas there.
He's already abandoning his kids.
Yeah.
He went out for a pack of smokes.
Yeah, I went out for a pack
Never
of smokes.
coming back.
Never coming back. There's plenty of reinforcements at the house right now with Steph, and I am on call, of course.
Yeah,
Phone's
absolutely.
sitting right in front of me, ready to go. So if anything happens, I'm literally 15 minutes away. So yeah, no big deal. Talk about a crazy ride. It was. We went in on Monday. Our scheduled appointment got pushed back. So when that got pushed back, because we were doing a C-section with twins, is kind of common. Not much of a chance to push them out, especially after so long. I got pushed back, and then I'm ready to go in the morning. Like, I'm about ready to tie my shoes, and Steph gets a phone call, and they're like, we're supposed to be up there at 9 a.m. And they're like, yeah, not till 1 p.m. now. We're like, so
Crap.
when we get up there at 1 and get all the stuff done, we're supposed to go in at 3 to get it done. And then at like 2:30, they come and say, hey, sorry, we got to do somebody else first. It's kind of an emergency. And we're like, yeah, it's cool. It's like, damn it. So we had to wait an extra hour on top of that, which is not too bad, really, until we could go in the room and get the surgery done. So, and the babies came out, and everybody's healthy and good. And, yeah.
That's what matters.
I will give some big props to Altman. All our nurses up there were awesome. Like, it was a good experience for, what it is. So.
Did you hand them out a bunch of podcast stickers?
I should have.
Like, here you go. Here's your tip.
We give them some thank you cards, though.
Here's your tip.
And I bought $5 gift cards down at the Starbucks, but I guess it works for the whole hospital. So
Ooh.
Something. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
much, but,
I'm sure it's appreciated.
Yeah.
It's the little
Yeah.
things. It's the thoughts.
Oh, I'm sure they probably aren't used to that, Come to think of it, whenever we had our kids, we didn't tip anybody. So, but I mean, it's not necessarily a tip job, but at the same time, it's always nice to get that little extra.
Well, maybe your people didn't go the extra mile.
Maybe not.
You must have not have felt that way.
yeah. And, and you're talking a major surgery. I mean, pushing them out is still a big thing.
Right.
But I think when you get cut open and all that stuff, there's a lot of other things that happen that Steph had to have done to her, and a lot of other things going on there.
Right.
Wow.
Her insides were open. There was a hand inside it. I saw a hand inside of her stomach. It was crazy. But yeah, it was a good experience for what it was.
Yeah.
Don't have much to base it off of, but it seemed like a good experience.
Well, everybody's good. That's all that
Yeah.
they did that need to do. You went in with the babies on the inside, and you came out with them on the outside,
yeah.
and everybody's good, and that's all you could ask for.
Right.
Yep. And then we got to come home yesterday. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah. That was the most euphoric moment for me. It
Yeah.
was like when I finally got to sit down on the couch, holding one of my babies, feeding them on the couch instead of like in the hospital.
Yeah,
Right.
in your living room,
In my living room, just like, just like, I'm home.
And that's kind of nice too, because you don't have to worry about nurses walking in, doctors walking in, like, hey, here we do this, do this, watch this, check out this. We need to take temperatures, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like we can finally just rest. It's like now we're a family, you know, like.
Yeah, and everybody talks about that drive home from the hospital, you know.
Yeah.
When you got that little one in the back, you're a little more worried. Well, it was on Wednesday was a torrential downpour.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank God I just got brand new tires, so like
There you
none
go.
of that. But I was still like, I'm going to avoid the highway just because the highway is always, you know, especially now with all that construction going on, it's kind of a mess.
That is
Yeah.
nightmare.
It was. We just got out at like 4:00. I'm like, oh, this is like
Rush hour.
rush hour
Yeah.
time.
You got people like me, like, it's just rain, and I'm still blasting down there.
Right.
Fucking-
And I'm not worried about me driving. I'm just worried about somebody else
Yeah.
driving. So I ended up taking some back roads home, which was fine. The baby slept the entire time home.
Good.
That's good.
Got them back, fed, put them in their cribs.
Yeah.
And they were out.
Do they like the rooms? They're like, Dad, you should have painted something different.
Well, I mean, technically they're not in their room yet because they're not big enough to go in the actual crib. They're in the bassinet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? The bassinet, which is just on top of their pack and play. So we have like boom, boom, double bassinet. At
Okay.
the top of the pack and play.
Is that out? You got it out in the living room then, so you
Yeah.
keep close eye on them.
Yeah,
and
just
stuff?
out in the living room because we're kind of running shifts right now. You got to feed them every 3 hours, and all they
Yeah.
do is sleep and eat.
Right.
They wake up for maybe 2 minutes when I wake them up before like they're gonna eat. And
But they both get up and eat at the same time. and
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I always was worried about with you. Is if they were on like opposite schedules, there'd be
Yeah.
no sleep. And like, yeah, train them now. Like you
Which,
eat together.
Eventually, they might. You know,
right,
like-
yeah, I know. Right, we're 3 days in. Like,
Yeah,
right now, it's
So
like,
far, so good.
yeah, it's,
Hey, it might- yeah.
it's nothing. It's probably gonna change a lot as they get older here. But
You're an easy laid back dude. They got that in them.
Till Jack all of a
Yeah.
sudden's like, I want to grow more. So then he's like
Yeah. And
constantly waking up and fussing and eating.
Well, he's my problem eater right now. He won't eat as much as she will.
Oh, really?
Charlotte's pounding the bottle down.
yeah.
And Jack's just like, I'll just have to drink like half of it. I'm cool. So hopefully he should be all good.
Oh, yeah.
But you know they're drinking 2 ounces every 3 hours. It's not like they're drinking a lot of liquid. So
Right.
so yeah, it's just and in learning, you know, getting pretty good at changing diapers, but I still made the mistake everybody warned me about when you're changing the boy. You know, get ready for him to pee in your
A
face.
little pee action.
Yeah.
It really happens, huh?
Oh yeah. When you
What
pop,
kind of distance you like
he's got some distance
in your face even.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, and you got to think too, like it's sort of that the temperature change, you know. You ever in like nice and warm and snuggly, and you get outside, and all of a sudden the cold hits. She's like, I really gotta pee. Imagine like a baby, you take his onesie up and pull the diaper down, like all of a sudden that temperature change. It's like I gotta pee.
That's what it does.
They can't control it, so they're just like "Wait,"
And
straight at you.
I feel really bad because I made him pee in his own face.
How'd you do? Would you deflect it and it?
I was picking his butt up to wipe his butt,
Well,
and I was holding him up because he kept pooping while I was trying to clean him.
jeez.
And then all of a sudden he started peeing, and I'm like, oh God. So I like quickly blocked it, but he still shot himself in the face.
Yeah,
Which, you know, that's probably happened to all of us in our life.
he'll have to learn not to do it.
And then,
Yeah, I mean that's on him. So part of that's on him.
yeah.
He just learned a new lesson that day.
But then it was a double whammy because once he stopped, I'm like, all right, he's good. Then I removed the diaper that was covering that, and then he peed in my face again. I was like, "Ah!" It was a big old mess. So now I'm
Okay, so
learning to be ready to go.
He learned his lesson, and he's like, okay, when the butt's up, don't pee because it'll hit my face.
I'm gonna
And
put it
butt
on
down,
Dad's face.
when it butt down, and he's like, I learned my lesson. No, you learn your lesson, Dad. You peed in your face.
Yeah.
You take some.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I'm
yeah.
not gonna be pee faced by myself. You take some now.
Well, how do you even avoid that? Like people warn you about you do a hand deflect, like you're
You
ready.
basically just waste
Yeah.
another diaper. I have another diaper ready to go.
Oh, like a
laying
catch and
on
mitt.
top of
Yeah.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
One
yeah.
I'm gonna change with him, and then if he starts peeing, then I know, and then I can like move it around. So he just pees in that diaper. That's why you go through so many diapers. It's not just sometimes you just make a folly.
Honestly, I never really had that problem with either of my boys. Like I don't know if like when they pooped they peed too, so that whenever I opened the diaper up they just didn't have anything left. But I never really had that problem with either of my
It
kids.
doesn't happen every time. It's just occasionally, you know.
The only problem I ever had was trying not to puke on them because I don't do well with poop at all.
Well, I'm not a fan either. I mean,
Yeah.
I've dabbled in poop, and I'm not a fan.
You've dabbled in it.
Not a fan.
is the way you said I've dabbled in poop.
Dabbled in the poop.
I've been around it.
I've tried
I
it.
know what's up. I mean, I've been around poop before. I decide I don't really like it.
Right. As have we all, but I don't think any of us ever phrased like, "Oh, I dabble in poop," So I understand.
That might not be the right word to use.
Right. It's just I'm just saying it was a funny way to put it, and I appreciate the humor of how you phrased it. Like,
Yo, poop dabbler.
The poop dabbler.
Yeah, no, it's just been great. I mean, it's just like that euphoric moments, you're having every day, and it's just like the little guys, and they're starting to open their eyes up a little bit more. They're starting to make different noises. They're just doing different things,
Yeah.
It's just fun. So
little baby stuff.
That's why I look forward to meeting them, because I think for me, it's still not this whole time. It doesn't hit that realness factor till you're like, oh shit, I'm holding.
Yeah, and that's
Cody
like,
made this thing. Like,
yeah.
This is
it's
wild.
kind of like the crapshoot of it too, because I mean, it's obviously only been 3 days, but like, I would have liked to visit you in the hospital, but you're not allowed because of COVID and shit, And then you guys, we're only allowed to have 2 people with Steph and then 2 people in there. So it was like, well, I don't want to take away from the grandmas and the family. So I don't, I didn't want to like, well, I got to see the babies. Get the fuck out.
Oh, dude, I wasn't coming over after work. Like, probably got asbestos on me and shit.
I got to change clothes, like
Oh, it's a whole, I mean, it was a whole different situation. We didn't have really, we had my mom, her mom, and my brother were the only 3 people that, and her friend Laura came.
Yeah.
So we had 4 people. That's it that came the entire time we were there.
Right.
Because it's just too much.
That's probably good though. I feel like there's so much going on then. Like, it's like
that does seem very calm, because with each of the kids, with each of the boys, we had, everybody come up. Right. Everybody come up and like, here, hold the baby. Here, hold the baby. Here, hold the baby. And then like, we never
must feel bad for the baby.
We never really got to calm down, but it was always so much excitement because everybody. I feel like that would have been way more chill. Like,
yeah, it was. We were in the room a lot by ourselves and like just relaxing.
That's what
that
probably
sounds awesome.
Yeah. Like, it's like we'll show you the baby when we're ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have him for at least another 18 years.
Yeah, especially for what having the C-section. I know a little bit of the difference between the two, but like the having the C-section, there's a lot more going on there.
Yeah.
She just had a major medical surgery, so it's like it's probably the most common major medical surgery, but it's still a major medical operation that they do. So it's kind of one of those things where you probably don't want a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think she would have got real frustrated if there was like grandmas and cousins and everybody running.
Yeah, I know my role. I'm like, I'll see the
because we had
critters at the cottage.
We had aunt and uncle and cousins, like all 5 at a time, like come in, and it's like. We want to be excited, and we're excited. We're like, here, look at our baby, like we couldn't just stand on Pride Rock and like Simba it, to everyone.
That would be right. Yeah, one and done.
But you want to you want to show it off, but
and also these babies are both like 5 pounds, so they're tiny.
Yeah,
they're not preemies by any means, but they're
right. They share
the weight.
They shared a living space, so there's only so far they could have grown,
like a goldfish.
Yeah,
not as big as their environment.
Right. Yeah, you keep it in a tiny bowl, it's going to be smaller.
Yeah.
You put it in a big tank, it's going to get
when
bigger.
you stop by and you see them, you understand like what 5 pounds is in a baby. It's like nothing.
I didn't. Well, in the pictures, I thought they looked bigger than I thought they'd look until I saw the one with them in the car carrier, the car seat. Yeah. And I'm like, it's just like this little blob in the little middle of it. So that one was a good perspective of size.
I think both of mine were like 8 and change and 9 and change.
Right.
So like almost double the size.
You get add an extra 3 pounds on. It's a lot of weight, a lot more. It's a lot more baby.
Right, but if you add them together, there's like 10 pounds of baby in there at once. Which is kind of like what we were rocking with. It's just you didn't have to cut it in half.
Right. They're both super chill. Both got blonde hair, of course.
Yeah.
Shocking.
All their fingers and toes, and they're doing good.
Didn't get a surprise repressive gene in there or anything that popped out.
Not yet.
Yeah, because there are kids that start out blonde hair, blue eyed, and then they change.
Yeah.
But I don't think with the way you look and the way Steph looks, I don't think there's probably a slim chance that there'll be anything other than little toe heads.
Especially like a whole Steph's entire family, like
her
mom, dad, brother, sister, like they're all so yeah. But so that was my experience so far this week, and
it was a big week. Could he had a big week?
Sounds like a fun one.
I say I got the chance to get away for a little bit, and everybody's at the house still. Grandmas and staff taking care of the babies right now, so I can step away for a little bit.
Come record the cast, because we were planning on it was just going to be me and Tyler, and Tyler to be the fill-in co-host. But now we got
big shoes to fill.
I actually
I was nervous. I'm like, do I have to do the
I got a recording of it. I got a recording of it that I could have just hit this button here. We got 7/8 turned down. Turn that back up for a minute, and then play this. so we were good. I'd love to set up a soundboard eventually so that it's easier than me just opening up a file.
Anytime somebody says a knee slapper, you just hit that.
Like I thought it was gonna be funny too. Like I was gonna try my hand in some Photoshop or whatever, not Adobe, whatever free one I could find out there, and then find like the most ridiculous picture of Tyler's face. Like remember when you did the one chip challenge down here?
There's probably some ridiculous faces
your
there.
Eyes were all swollen. You got like drool and snot hanging out your nose. I was gonna cut out your head and put it over Cody's head on our emblem, like on our logo, like that I paste on a beginning of every screen. I was gonna do that just for fun.
It'd be better if it was like all shittily pasted on it.
Yeah. Well, I'd do it terrible.
Like the scales off, like it's like way too small or big.
Cut it out and paint so it's like got a white outline around it. It'd even be better if it was like twice the size of like Cody's head, almost like overshadowing mine. Like
just crying with snot on my face. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yep. Yeah, that was my plan, but
next time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Next time. But yeah, man, sounds like you had a really exciting week. Sounds awesome. The babies are beautiful. Proud of you guys. Shout out to Steph. Good job.
Yeah, good job. You
going that long with
made those.
All that in you.
With all of us around you.
She's definitely an amazing woman. Trooper, like fought through a lot of the pain like before like she would ask for help. It took her a while before like she's a damn trooper. That's for sure.
Yeah.
She can't drink and I'm always drunk around. Like it's gotta be terrible.
It's amazing the toughness and the fortitude that women get whenever they are pregnant too.
Yeah.
Like they all of a sudden they go into fucking God mode and they go through shit we couldn't even imagine, like I couldn't even. I mean, I'm sure like we'd probably, if we could get pregnant, maybe there's hormones that would kick into us and like get us fucking, into God mode. But like it's just amazing what women go through for childbirth and baking them little babies in there,
Yep. She said the worst thing about it was after it was all done.
Yeah.
She didn't really feel any of that because they gave her a spinal. And then after that, it was the morphine, I think, in the spine or whatever they shoot into the spine.
Yeah.
It's not quite an epidural. It's a spinal now. They just like inject it into the spine instead of like sticking something in there. I think that's what an epidural is. It made her super, super itchy.
Oh, okay.
She was extremely itchy, and I think morphine and stuff will do that to you a lot. After it kicks off, like it makes you really itchy.
Yeah, I've heard things.
Yeah.
And she had all this stuff on her. Like she had the bandage on her. She had this thing like this underwear with pads under, because everything's whatever, and an IV in it, and she's just like itching like crazy.
I want to fucking pick it off.
Yeah, but luckily they have some medicine for that too.
Oh, there you go.
Counterbalance.
Yeah,
great. There you go. That's good.
Well, yeah. How was your week?
I don't know. It sounds like a goddamn train running through my fucking.
I thought roller skates.
Yeah. Tell the kids like, hey, I need a fucking studio light.
Yeah, just pop it on.
On air. But my week was pretty good. Work was work. Same old. I know this is going to air after a new week of football, but we had football last week. Browns won. Ohio State won. Like, that was always fun.
The winning weekend. It was good.
Yep. Super excited about that. Scared to see Baker go down and run to the locker room, but he came back out as a sport. We lost fucking Landry, for 3 weeks now, which sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully we get OBJ back in.
We'll get him back.
Right.
I think last I saw, he's coming in this game. So
when you hear this, you'll know. But I think.
Yeah, this will drop Monday after this weekend's game versus the Bears. I wish we had more time to do this.
It's hard to do sports on this show.
Because I'd love to kick it off of damn good time. And then it'd be dope to be able to release something like on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon of, this weekend, and we can talk sports. but that's what I was telling Tyler before you got here and before, all of that. It's like, I'd love to get in the game, love to get in the stats, pros and cons, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But by the time it airs, people are like, no, didn't we just play the Bears?
For the wrong game. Yeah, every time.
Didn't we just play the Bears? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are they talking about the Texans whenever they just played the Bears last night? But we could touch on it a little bit. Just give it a little tappy tap. Browns look good.
Yeah. Both games were kind of scary in a way.
Yeah.
I think both teams can play better.
Yeah.
Especially the Buckeyes are not looking that hot this year.
Ohio State should have owned Tulsa for sure.
So we'll see how it plans out, and I think the Browns need to, obviously, they got some secondary issues out there, so we'll see how it plays out. But
yeah, all in all, that was fun sports weekend.
Yeah.
This week I haven't got to go yet, but we got the old Tuscarawas County Fairs going on.
Yeehaw! We going this weekend, boy. We gonna go.
Oh,
hell yeah! You probably didn't even know. You've been so wrapped around babies.
I just want a pork burger and a funnel cake, and that's all I need. I go for the foods.
I like to call it T County Fashion Show. You get
people
to see,
watching there.
You get to see this season's finest real tree camo outfits from Walmart.
There ain't better people watching than probably in this
Can't
quarter of Ohio.
Can't remember if I've brought this up on the podcast before. I know it's something that I've always said. I want to dub the term, because the Canadian tuxedo, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's blue jeans and a jean jacket, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to dub the term the T County tuxedo, and that's fucking real tree camo on real tree camo, or whatever. If you don't like real tree, whatever your favorite forest themed camo is.
Yeah.
Not when you're going out hunting.
Mossy oak or
mossy oak. Yeah. Not necessarily when you're going out hunting. That's to be expected. But when you go out in public.
Well, those are good camos.
When you go to Walmart, you go to that Tuscarawas County Fair, and you got your mossy oak on mossy oak, or your real tree on, or maybe you mix it up.
Your Wolverines,
maybe mossy oak bottom, real tree tops. That's T County tuxedo all the way there, boy. Kick the dust up.
I'm gonna give me like a cheap flat bill that says faded,
or something. You've owned one of those, haven't you?
Oh, it's a dope. I got it at the fair. So, yeah, remember that?
I remember back in high school, they sold the fake Oakleys. I got a few pairs of those. And that's whenever the Kangol hats were cool.
Oh, God,
I got a couple fake Kangols. Like, yeah. You can get all kinds of shit down there. I love Tuscarawas County Fair.
Get you a Zippo.
Yeah, Rebel Flag,
Get
Zippo.
you some stink bombs.
Yeah, Rebel Flag, Zippo.
Chain wallet.
Probably even get some fucking Trump train Zippos.
Oh, you get
you can get whatever you want now.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
Ones that say "fuck Biden,"
You know it. Fuck Biden fanny pack.
There's definitely some "fuck Biden" paraphernalia going on at T County Fair this year.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it on people.
Yeah. That's T County Fashion Show, baby. You can see this year's hottest trends.
Are all the events the same? Like you still got the.
There's supposed to be some monster truck thing going on Saturday.
Was it monster trucks?
I saw a monster truck, and it said something about monster truck show.
I didn't know.
I don't know if it's actually like big monster trucks or maybe it's just big trucks. I did not see a tough truck competition.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did away with that. We got motocross. We got a bandorama. Tractor poles, demo derby. Yeah, I mean we got all the classics still. Yeah, it'll still be. I got to at least stop and dabble in it. Dabble at the fair. Dabble. I'm a dabbler.
You're a dabbler.
Dabble do.
Dabble.
Little dabble do you? Let's look up fair entertainment here.
Yeah, who's the lead singer today? Like, who's the big concert?
I don't know if I heard of the headline.
Motocross was Monday. Bandorama. Oh, it's a bunch of marching bands.
Marching bands.
That was Tuesday.
Bandorama.
Is that the headliner right there? The Bandorama.
There's a rodeo.
Rodeo on Wednesday.
Yeah,
is that new?
Today, right now, actually going on in the grandstands is the Mod Rod.
Oh.
So mini rod, 1500cc, looks like tractor pull shit. Then tomorrow is a truck and tractor pull, big boys.
I like the Mod Rod. Is that the lawnmower ones?
I don't know. It looks like I guess. It looks like a tiny little thing.
Mini boys.
Yeah. 1500cc and 1250 pounds. So
probably something to get into.
Mini rod 4-cycle, 2.5 liter smaller.
Brought to you by Kimball.
Yeah, and then
we haul your trash so you don't have to.
The 25th is the Monster Truck Show.
Why are there people riding in the back of the monster
I
truck?
don't know.
That's my brother's birthday.
Yeah, he can come down for the Monster Truck Show.
9/25, the 25th.
Is it?
I remember that because of the Dolly Parton song. I work 9 to 5.
Oh,
My brother's birthday is 9 to 5.
that makes sense.
Is it just you get to go and ride in the back of a monster truck?
Well, that doesn't look safe at all. They're just,
No.
just in the back.
It looks
I didn't even
terrifying.
think they had real beds on
Okay,
those.
so here's the intro or the details. It says featuring amped up, straight jacket, and instigator. Those are apparently
Those are
three
the names of the trucks? Okay.
I have a feeling they're going to be ramping around. And
Or
smashing
does it
cars.
have a amped up, straight jacketed instigator running around? Get this guy away from me.
Yeah, maybe it's an amped up, straight jacket instigator. Dude,
I hate this.
He just runs up here and he goes, "Hey man, that guy over there was talking shit about you." He's in a straight jacket.
Thank God he's in a straight jacket.
oh,
He's just instigating.
Mossy Oak sucks. Go real tree, bitch.
Quit instigating. He's so amped up.
But
He just screams Mountain Dew and runs away.
yeah, Mountain Dew. But then apparently before the actual that show of the amped up straight jacket instigator, before he comes out, there are monster truck rides in the pit prior to the start of the show.
Yeah, that looks
I don't know why we're going into so much detail on this because by the time this airs, it'll be over.
Oh, shit, we did it again.
Yeah,
Just like
fuck.
sports. Well,
Yeah.
you all already know.
And then Demo Derby always on
That's
Sunday.
always
And I
a
fucking
good
love that.
And I'm sure you all enjoyed it by now.
yeah.
Because it already happened.
After you watch this, comment on how you feel about the Tuscross gun.
How did it go? How did it go? How was the amped up straight jacket?
God, what if we're talking about now, but there was some like tragedy that happened? Like,
Oh shit!
you know, we should just stop. Yeah. We're talking about the future. Like, it was horrible. One of the trucks went AWOL into the stand.
The instigator went out of control and just killed
20
thousands
people.
of people.
Thousands. Wow.
The whole grandstand is wiped out.
We didn't say we wanted it to happen. So
No,
I think
but
we're
it'd be
okay,
it'd be
you know?
weird, you know.
It would be weird. We're sitting here cracking
What if-
jokes about an amped up, straight jacketed instigator, and we have no fucking. Well, I'm going Sunday for the Demo Derby, so I'll be like, guys, we can't air that. I'll have to edit that segment out. So
I might try to go tomorrow.
That amped up straight jacket instigator all ran into the Mossy Oak stand, killing 50 people.
Derek Keck texted me last night and said, "Hey man, you won't get drunk, go to Ferris weekend?" And I was like,
you bet your sweet
"Goddamn
ass.
right I do." Hammer drunk at the fair.
Don't tempt me with a good time. That's for sure. So in celebration of fall, we also have some fall-inspired drinks.
Boom.
Boom. We're going to start out.
You're boom.
Boom.
It smells
Bam.
good in here. It
That's a
smells
weed.
like autumn up in here.
Does. So we're starting out with a hot rum and cider. To prepare for this,
My apple fell in.
I took just standard apple cider you get at the store. I always go to the fridge section. I think you can get some in the aisle section, but it's definitely not as good. You got to get the fresh stuff, right?
Yeah.
I took that, put it in my little baby crock pot I got over there, put a cinnamon stick in. So it was a half gallon of cider, 1 cinnamon stick, like 5 cloves of allspice. I couldn't find whole cloves of clove. Yeah, that's the word. I couldn't find whole cloves, so I found ground clove and put it in there. You could probably add some nutmeg too, like all the good, pumpkin pie spices, all the fall flavors.
Yeah.
Had them sit in there, steep a little bit. For this, I know most people probably use Captain Morgan's, which is a little lower on the proof side.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people will mix it in and let it sit in that crock pot, but all you're doing is steaming out all your alcohol.
Yeah.
But for this, we use Sailor Jerry because I like it better because it's 93 proof. It's a little more on the spicy side, than Captain Morgan's is. Put about 2 ounces in there. But before that, I put caramel on the rim. I don't see that a lot, but I love caramel.
It's like a caramel.
Just dip the rim in some caramel.
Salted caramel in there, and you could even, if you like margaritas a lot, you could even dip that in some kosher flake salt
Yeah.
and have a little extra saltiness to it
Just a
too.
little extra salt on that caramel.
Sweet and salty, always a good combination.
Cut up some little apple slices, stick them in there, put them on the edge as a garnish, or stick them in, however you want to do it, and then enjoy. Well, what did I say? How many? 2 ounces of
2 ounces of the Sailor Jerry,
a good old double shot of the Sailor.
and probably I don't know, this is probably about a 10-ounce rock squash. So
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that caramel on the top. That's fun to lick that
Yeah.
and drink it.
Yep, that's good.
Glad we didn't hear
Nice
the audio
and
of that.
warm, you know. Today, it's Thursday. It's
Yeah.
cold. It
Yeah.
was cold day. It was the first cold day we had, so we're all like, we're not adjusted to the
Right.
season yet. I was like cold today, and it was like in the 50s.
Yeah, I woke up this
I'm
morning,
gonna have a
it was-
rough
it was
winter.
like 51. Yeah.
It was freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up. I woke up last night or this morning. I don't know my time.
You don't know. Day and night. It's all the same.
And I haven't had my heat on. I've only had my air on, right? And I realized it
Right.
was a little chilly in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got babies.
Gotta
So
warm
like,
it up.
run, turn the furnace on.
Can't have cold babies.
Yeah.
Don't want no baby sickles.
And it wasn't that. It was like 67 in the house, so it was fine.
Right,
But
right.
it still felt cold, because you're just not used to those temperatures. So
That's even Sarah was like, I took a nap today, but I put on my fleece pants and a hoodie,
Yeah.
wrapped myself up in a blanket. I'm like, it's still the same temperature in the house as it has been. She's like, I don't know. There's just a feel to it. Like, I just woke up cold, even though I was in the house. There's a feel to it. I had to get all warm and snuggly and then lay down. I'm like,
I
yeah,
get that.
I do
don't
too.
know, and I don't know why. There's something else to it.
I'll tell you what it is. There's a big difference between when the AC has to keep up to maintain that same temperature, right? So it'll go 2 degrees warmer in your house
Right.
before your AC kicks on. So your body's sitting there chilling at 70, then all of a sudden it goes up 2 degrees before that AC kicks on to cool it back down. So you get 2 more degrees warmer, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
2 degrees
You know.
makes a difference.
Yeah. So like,
If my body's 2 degrees warmer, I'm sick.
Yeah. right.
so the outside of you is 2 degrees warmer. Like it's a lot different. So like
Yeah.
when it's just consistently that temperature because it's not dropping under it because your house is staying ambient that warm
Right.
over, like your AC trying to maintain it.
One thing that I will gripe about that I don't understand is people that keep their houses at like, oh, it's summertime, so you keep it at like 68 to 70. Well, now it's wintertime. Now it's 76 to 78. Like, what the fuck? Like, no, because then I go into that house and then I'm roasting.
Right.
Like, I don't want to live in your goddamn terrarium.
I'm one of
get
those
it.
people.
I get it. It's cold outside and it's easier to warm up to a warmer house because it's warming you faster. I got a little caramel on my face. Thanks, bud. Thanks.
Sorry, I just couldn't go on or sing that there. But I understand what you're saying. It's
But
like
then, like, once you're in there and you're comfortable, like, why does it need to be that hot?
it just does. I'm
Are you guilty of that?
summertime 65, wintertime 75.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I work outside. I think that's the part. Like I'm so sick of being hot all day. I want to come home to a freezer, and then I'm so sick of being cold all day. I want to come
Yeah.
home to hell.
But then, like, once you're an hour or two in there, you like you don't want to turn it down or
It's
back
cold
up.
out. I look out the window and I know it's cold. It's a mind thing. That's why I get her wearing all bundled up. They're like, it's the girl in me. But yeah, I get that. I have an extreme thermostat. Like it's all 2 directions. You know.
I keep mine on because I can do it with if it gets this low, it heats. If it gets this high, it cools. And it's 68 to 72 constantly.
I treat mine like a car. Now in your car, I'm always max heat, max cool. I never like set it to.
I get max heat, max cool, but once I get to that comfortable temperature, I'll turn it.
I just
to
turn
where
the
it's-
fan off. I don't like adjust it to like in the middle and I keep the fan cooking. I'm just like I just shut it down until I'm hot or cold again.
I'm like apparently very worried about my bills because in the summer I try to play it for the temperature. Normally I like it at 70. Obviously, that's like the perfect temperature I think in the summer.
I think so.
And then in the winter I'm like 68 degrees because
Because you like to cuddle, you like to snuggle.
I
Get
like
the
it.
blankies out.
get the blankets out, stay.
I do enjoy that too.
And it's not like it's 68's not too cold by any means, but I like 68 degrees because like that's like my perfect temperature. But I don't want to run my AC at 68 because I feel like that costs extra money, and I just don't do it.
Fair enough.
You're trying to save the world by using less energy. That's fine.
Just out there being an activist.
I have a very small home. I think I run at efficiency anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yours is a different situation than mine, and honestly, I need a new AC unit. Maybe I could do it differently, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because even in summertime, I have an extra window unit that I put in my bedroom because I love to sleep cold.
Yeah.
I like bundling up in blankets, but having it be so cold out. They're so cold around me that I need to.
See, you don't want that 70 degrees. You want
68.
That cold cave.
That 2
Yeah.
degrees less.
I bet he goes lower than that to sleep.
My window unit set at 66.
Let's see.
If you do 68 with
yeah.
a fan still blowing on you,
Yeah, the top fans on, the ceiling fans on, window unit blowing at 66. That window unit's nice and loud and got a nice little.
Oh, you gotta have that too.
That noise blocks
White
out
noise.
any.
I don't have a window in my room. I can't even do that. That's sad.
I have a thing called a shusher for the twins.
I was playing with that one.
You
With the
remember
thing.
that, yeah.
I don't know.
And I was laughing because I thought it was a gag gift that somebody got us.
It does seem like one, honestly.
And Steph
Is it
said,
not?
no, this is like one of the top rated things. It's literally just this thing. You twist the top, and it's got a speaker in it. And
Yeah.
you can either set the timer, set how loud it is, whatever. And all it does is go,
Yeah, it's like somebody shushing a baby. They recorded it. They're making $1 million.
It's like a
All it
white
does.
noise machine. Yeah.
and apparently it sells like crazy
No
because
shit.
it puts kids to sleep when they're crying.
Does it work?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's still manually.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's only been 3 days.
I can't have that experience yet because they're
Right.
not awake. They are not awake.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
they're sleeping
Well, because
right
like if one of my kids were crying, I'd give them a bottle, and if they're done with the bottle and they're still crying, mine was more like a shh, 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 shh.
Oh, yeah.
now. Machine gun shushing.
It was a rapid fire, motherfucker.
So yeah, somebody decided they're just going to make that in a little device
Yeah.
because America's too damn lazy to do it themselves. So
I don't want to shush my own child.
Fuck that kid. I'm not gonna shush it. I need a machine.
you're not really shushing them. You're more you're calming them with a nice shh. You know, it's a
Like
calm
an ocean
shh,
noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I have like 3 or 4 white noise machines in my baby camera that have white noise on them. Like everything I have has some kind of white noise on them. So
All kinds of white
Yeah.
noise.
yeah,
I must have been the same way when I was a baby because I need that noise. I need that
Yeah.
white noise.
I need a fan around.
Nothing freaks me out more than dead silence. Can't sleep in
Well-
that. Then I'm alone with my thoughts.
I can do dead silence as long as it stays dead silence. But as soon as like somebody's walking across the floor and you like that spike in noise is what wakes me up. So the fan going drowns out that spike in noise and makes it all like one level even keel. But I could do dead silence as long as it just fucking stays. Dead
What
silence.
about TV? Can you fall asleep watching TV?
No.
I prefer it.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I could fall asleep watching TV if I'm in the living room in my chair and watching a movie that I need to pay attention to. I'll
You
fall asleep.
went over that. Yeah, okay.
I think we've talked about this maybe on the podcast, but like as soon as I lay down in bed, I'm like, then I want to pay attention. I don't know. I don't get it.
I can see that. It can keep you up too.
Yeah.
It just don't watch something you're real invested in, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I think we talked because Cody was
We
like,
did.
if I'm watching, that's why there's no TV in the bedroom because if it's on, I can't sleep.
Just throw The Office on. You've already seen every episode 20 times. Like,
it takes me
it's
so long to fall asleep if a TV's on. Like it's not that I can't sleep to it.
It's that you're
it
watching
just
it.
takes me a long time. Like I
Right.
stay up and I watch
like,
it.
I gotta see the end.
I don't shut my eyes. Like I do. I'll try to shut my eyes, and then something happens. I'm like, oh, I gotta see what happened. And I'm like, even though I already know what happens, I still got like, and then
I can do it better this day and age because of things like Netflix. Back in the day when it was actual real, I was watching like actual cable.
Right.
I'd fall asleep, and then you get that damn mattress commercial in the middle of the night. It's,
Yeah.
it's 12 decibels louder than the rest of it, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Or all of a sudden you hear that bing, 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 bong, bing, ba-ding, ding, ding, ding. Da, 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 da. The fucking
What is that?
the
The ice cream truck?
no, it's the fucking steel drums. It's the steel drums from
Girls Gone Wild? Oh my God! So you said steel drums. No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so loud. Like, "Ugh."
It's my first time.
Girls Gone Wild, first timers. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, see, yeah, that would wake you up. But see,
Right.
now with Netflix, there's no like
right.
commercial breaks that are
Right.
overly loud and interrupt you, so it helps. So I find it
Yeah,
soothing
yeah.
because I don't have an air conditioner in my rooms.
No, well, get a little floor fan.
I got a ceiling fan it's got to be from like does a dollar store sell ceiling fans? Because that's where mine came from.
I have.
It's got like the motor out of like a drill.
Yeah. There's an app that I have. I'll tell you off air. There's an app I have on my phone. It makes the noise of a fan.
I should just get a
Because in the wintertime, whenever because we pull the window AC unit out because it'd be dumb to fucking air condition my room in the wintertime.
You just leave the window open.
So I lose that big fan noise from the window unit. So I have an app on my phone that just plays the noise of a fan.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh.
And it's very similar. Like
do you actually play it?
yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
God, I almost want to put like a washer, a dryer in my room. That's a good noise.
Yeah.
A good hum.
Yeah.
With like a one button that one.
Yeah. Lighter in the pants. Clock, clock, clock.
All of a sudden, a change in the pocket falls out.
No, that's too much. Yeah.
But yeah, how'd you like your hot cider?
Oh yeah, to that we got off track. It's delicious.
Yeah.
We haven't really been rating too much of our mixed drinks because we make them.
It's kind of hard to rate our own mixed drinks, but Steve made this one.
I didn't make it.
Solid 10 out of 10.
I didn't make anything
Hot
in
apple
this.
cider right there. I mean, it's a very classic fall winter drink.
Yep.
When Steve said he was making these today, I already brought it up at work with my partner. I'm like, that's what I was craving. I'm like, this weather just makes me want to go home and get like a hot cider alcoholic drink,
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, I got one.
And even without the booze in it, still wonderful.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
a wonderful
True.
treat.
Yeah.
You get off those old. I don't remember when, but you just sled rides or like go out on a sleigh carriage and
We all used to do that.
go cut down trees. There was like winter time. I remember my parents took me a few times to like some special event somewhere, and it's like a big thing where they were doing like horse sleigh rides or they were doing some kind of like you go and sled ride all day and then come back and then they had
some
hot
cider.
cocoa or they had apple cider.
It's that smell, that aroma brings you back to those days.
Yeah.
That flavor, that warmth.
Yeah.
I think what really separates it for me is your caramel rim job.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that, and it is absolutely delightful.
That's the first time
That
I've
should
ever
be a
had one.
staple with all, like a margarita comes with salt. All cider should come with caramel rim
I
jobs.
feel like that definitely took it to another level for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, like I said earlier, another tip: if you are looking to get drunk, don't mix your stuff in what you're heating it in because it's just a lot of that alcohol vapor is gonna come out. It might drop proof not that much. You're probably still gonna get drunk. But if you want like the full potency
If you have
of
a
it,
lid on it still, you'd be all right.
yeah,
But I will say there is something to when you heat your apple cider up, let it roll for a while
yeah,
and do lose a little bit of the water liquid out of it
yeah,
and let it kind of not macerate down, but kind of like steam out just some of the water so you get a little bit of more apple flavor.
Little more
Yeah,
high
like
potency.
a simmer down to it.
That is one thing that I didn't do, and I did notice it was still apple cider. It was still delicious, but it wasn't like it didn't have that like pop pucker of most hot ciders that I have. And maybe it's because I just heated it up straight in the crock pot. I didn't put it on the stove first. So
Yeah. I mean, if you hit it to a rolling boil, I mean, most people don't, but I've had it where what we do is we heat it up before and then we poured it in the coffee burner at work and let it sit on there on the coffee burner.
yeah,
Well, you ever had coffee after it sits there a long time?
Right.
It tastes like terrible
It gets
because it gets
more
reduced
potent,
down.
yeah.
So if you do that, but if you do that with apple cider and you let it kind of reduce down a little bit, it gives
we
that
want it
little-
reduced
Woo!
down there.
Give you a
And the
little more
spices you
punch.
added a lovely aroma.
Yeah. And it smells like you can't smell it.
It's the smell. It's a huge smell thing going on. I think the spices you
Yeah.
add more of an aroma. Some spices are aroma based, some are flavor based, and
Right.
this to me are very aroma based. Which smelling is tasting kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm.
This drink was an experience that I needed today.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm
When
glad
it
we-
falls here, we all need it. Yeah,
I'm glad we could provide that for you. Hey.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was tasty. I loved every
I
second
licked
of it.
every bit of caramel off the caramel.
So we
Yeah, however you decide to say it. Caramel or caramel?
Car-
I don't think either's wrong.
caramel.
Caramel. I call it caramel.
Okay. Yeah, I licked it.
He licked
Karma
the
Electra. What?
Caramel. All right, moving on. Next up, we have this beast of words. There are so many words on this can. Market Garden Brewery, Franklin Castle, Pumpkin Spice Ale. And with it being fall now, you couldn't,
Not do it.
well, no, I couldn't even tell you how many different pumpkin beers were on that shelf at Miller's today.
Yeah.
I wanted to get Miller's Brewery, but they have Pope's Pumpkin Ale, but I figure we need Derek Keck on the show for that, so he can tell us more about it. But this is a brewery out of Cleveland.
This is the one that Tyler made, so we're putting it. That's why we're doing it today.
Huh?
So this is the one that I made. That's why we're doing
Oh
it
yeah,
today.
Tyler made his beer.
No, I didn't.
He put his heart and soul into it. He works at Market Garden Brewery in Cleveland.
Little side thing I got going.
Yeah,
on.
his little side gig on the weekends.
All the barcodes on the shape of Ohio. That's neat.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think they could, with the name being lengthy, like you mentioned, they could have done away with the entire Franklin Castle part. That doesn't even make sense to me. So it's Market Garden Brewery.
Well, if you read the back, it's a shout out to what they say. That's their closest neighbor. It's something with Erie history. So it must be some kind of old castle in Cleveland. I don't know. We might need to
better
look
be
what
a castle.
Maybe Steve Google Franklin Castle and see what that's about. Obviously, they're giving a little shout out to that.
Jamie, look that up.
Jamie, would you look that up for us, please?
You know, I like the label. It's textured too, much like the Crown cans you mentioned last time. This has that must be a thing they're doing now. It's
I like a fun texture.
It's
if you look at it in light, you can see like little lines.
It's a
into
map,
it.
I believe, of Cleveland or
Cleveland,
something.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
that's
map
really
of
cool.
Cleveland. It looks like a nervous system of a human.
Yeah, so like
7% too. So look
that's
a heavy hitter.
Oh, look at Franklin Castle here. Holy
Let's go to the Wikipedia
smoke.
page.
I think this is spooky.
Did you see the picture of it? Just look at the picture
spooky.
of it. Right there.
I'll post the picture right there.
It looks. I think this is almost like a haunted
Franklin Castle, also
Halloween beer.
also known as the Tiedemann House. Tiedemann House is a Victorian stone house built in the American Queen Anne style, located at 4308 Franklin Boulevard in Cleveland, Ohio's city neighborhood. The building has 4 stories and more than 20 rooms and 80 windows. In the late 19th century, when it was built, Franklin Boulevard was one of the most prestigious residential avenues in Cleveland. It is reported to be the most haunted house in Ohio. Oh, shit.
There
I
we go.
fucking love haunted houses.
So this is
spooky
a
shit.
spooky beer.
Yeah.
This isn't just pumpkin fall beer. This is Halloween beer.
Okay, maybe this should just be called, maybe when we describe it or named it, Market Garden Brewery, Franklin Castle. What's that? It's a pumpkin spice ale.
Okay.
You know?
I dig. No, I didn't. Oh, can we go there? Well,
You can go there.
well, we should.
I'm sure without.
Before we go
without
there,
reading-
somebody should teach Tyler how to pour a beer. That's all I should say.
For those listening, not watching, it's half head, half beer.
This can pours weird. I'll say that.
No, you pour weird.
Cody's
I
looks
poured
good.
mine.
Something wrong with these cans.
Yeah, something wrong with those.
He hates these cans.
The jerk.
The jerk. Yeah, that's a jerk reference. More cans.
I'm gonna do the old nose grease swipe and.
So obviously, Market Garden Brewing must be very close to this Franklin Castle, so that's why they put this. Because you read on, I read on the back of the can, it said it's a very eerie history that's best told with this brew in the hand, basically.
So I was thinking Erie, Lake Erie, but I don't think it's spelled the same. But
No,
I think they're getting
eerie.
I think they're getting it Erie because it's spooky because they said it was
double E
known as
R-I.
because it's known as the most haunted house in Ohio. That's why it's Erie.
Tasty ale is smashed with whole pumpkins, then spiced in the kettle with cinnamon, ginger, vanilla bean, and Muscovia sugar.
I was gonna ask you about that word, muscovado sugar.
No wait, Jamie, look that up.
Which
fancy sugar.
Yeah.
It's sugar.
it's probably nice.
Comes from a muskie.
But it's a good tasting pumpkin beer. Not overly pumpkin at all.
Not overly pumpkin, which I appreciate.
Mhm.
Most tend
Well,
to-
Muscovado sugar is an unrefined cane sugar that contains natural molasses. It has a rich brown color, moist texture, and a toffee-like taste.
there you go.
toffee. Yeah.
Definitely, on a lot of the pumpkin beers like to get them real spicy, real pumpkiny. This is kind of just a nice, deeper. It's got that taste to it. It's got those fall spices to it.
Yeah.
It has the aromas and taste you want.
I like it
It almost reminds me of a little lighter of like a Christmas ale almost.
a little bit.
It gives me a little Christmas ale feel.
I appreciate that you said lighter. Yeah, because it's
It's
got the
Christmas ale,
flavor,
little
but
head-
it's a light flavor.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's like if Great Lakes came out with
Right.
Christmas ale light.
They really should. Like, hey, one I can drink more than two of.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is almost a pumpkin beer you could drink a couple more than a normal.
Not to get off topic here, but that's one drink we have to feature on a closer to Christmas
That'll
episode.
be at Christmas time.
Is the Cody Blackout special.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Super
one's
easy.
good. And I did say that the next time you were on, we were going to do the West Virginia mountain bike special.
Yeah.
But it's fall, so we needed fall stuff. So.
That's totally a spring drink.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Yeah.
That definitely is. But yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I don't care.
I like it. Definitely drink a few of them for sure.
Yeah.
Solid. It's not over pumpkin. You can taste the pumpkin in it. It does have more of a natural pumpkin taste to me. That taste in the back of the tongue
Yeah.
over that overly like this pumpkin
Right.
that you get from some other things.
Well, and anymore, like pumpkin flavors almost side by side with the pumpkin spice, the spiciness that you put in it.
Right.
It's really hard to think of what does a pumpkin taste like without tasting the spice part of it. Because even if you got, if anybody making pumpkin pies this Thanksgiving, before you mix it all up, grab that pumpkin puree and taste it. It's not very flavorful. So it's probably really hard to concentrate pumpkin in this, but I do taste some.
And that's where you get your like vanillas and cinnamons and nutmegs and
Yeah.
You ever taste a boiled down carrot? It's the same as pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing.
Yeah, it's all like most squash taste
Yeah.
it's the spice.
similar.
But I can taste
Like
that.
butternut squash.
I can almost taste it, the earthiness of it.
Yeah.
To me, I can almost taste it in the back of my tongue, like after it finishes. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just crazy right now, but that's what
And like you said, it's not overly spiced.
It's not
either.
overly.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But
Whatever it's cut with is good and pure too.
yeah,
That's not overpowered by anything.
yeah. And it's 7%, so it'll
7%.
All
Yeah.
right.
So it's a decent heavy hitter too.
yeah. So
For being 7%, I'm going to give it a good 7 out of 10 on my scale right there.
And I
7 out
like
of 10.
the history in the
very good.
can.
I do love. So the rating's more on the flavor, but I do love the packaging and the allure of like the history in the can, and it's named after a spooky castle in Cleveland.
I'm not allowed to include the packaging
You
in it.
can. You
Then
can.
Danny Trejo would have got significantly lower rating from me. And we will all agree on that.
Yeah.
So I think it's the whole package that matters.
Yeah.
Because I walk around at a party with this, I'm going to feel a little like, hey, feel my can,
Touch my can.
Look at my bright orange
Touch
can.
my can.
Touch my can. What is that, Franklin? You ever
And
heard,
it gives me a story to tell.
you haven't heard
You're
of
gonna
Franklin
pick up a
Castle?
girl
It's the
with-
most haunted
See,
place in Cleveland.
The can matters.
And
The
then-
can matters.
Like you said, pick up a girl. Like you ever been? We should go sometime.
yeah, see, the can matters.
That's how you. That's
Danny-
an icebreaker right there.
Joey Trejo,
Joey.
like, same deal. That can was everything. If it wasn't for the can and the name, none of us would have given a
Thanks
shit
for
about
bringing
it.
up my blunder. Calling
I will
him
never
Joey.
let you live that down.
You son of a bitch. I'm gonna rate it a thumbs up. Solid thumbs up. I'd buy it again. I'd drink it again. It's not mind blowingly enough to get to. I don't know. My opinions change every fucking day. So
So do your palate.
I don't think anybody actually listens to our ratings anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think I'm going to get this because Steve said it was a.
Stephen Cody gave it a good review. I'm gonna,
Well, but if we say it's absolute dog shit, somebody probably listen to
yeah.
that.
like, say it's the best thing ever. They might be like, I need to try that.
So far, the only thing we had a dog shit was that fucking High West bullshit. Like it was.
Yeah.
I think we gave it it was at the end, and it was. But then we came back to it in the next podcast. It was fucking gross. But okay, sorry. What's your rating on it?
I like to do the grading scale of school, so I'm
Okay.
gonna say an A,
Yeah.
not A plus, just because I like room for growth.
Right.
Something could be better. I like the obviously I like the can and the story behind
Yeah.
it. But I as far as pumpkin spice beers go, I like because it's not overly powerful. It's a light pumpkin spice beer. You could
Yeah.
drink. I could drink a 6er of them.
Yeah.
I really could.
If it wasn't for the can and the story and that sort of aspect, would your grade change?
No, it just makes me kind of like it.
Right,
I like
right.
just dig it a little more. Like,
Well, and I get what you're saying. Like the packaging is a lot.
if I find one that tastes the same as this one's winning from the can.
yeah,
Like you
true,
said, you
true.
probably wouldn't have bought this one if you didn't see the packaging.
No, because I looked through a whole bunch of pumpkin spice shit or pumpkin ale shit, and I really wanted to get Millersburg, but like I said, I wanted Derek to be here,
Yeah.
and then I guess that bright orange did
Yeah.
grab me.
It bought you.
I like it.
bright orange.
I like
grabbed
it
me.
for its simplicity. It's not overly pumpkin spicy.
Well,
And I
and
think
then-
we all touched on that.
There's a little bit of frugal in me. A lot of the other beers, it was like $12 for a four.
Oh yeah, let's bring that up. How much was it?
$12 for a 4-pack. This was $9.99 for a 6er.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so it was a little lower on the lower
That's
price.
reasonable.
Yeah,
And for 7%, great.
yeah, yeah.
And I think it's one I could drink a 6er of it actually.
Right.
Most
Very
most
highly
pumpkin ones-
recommended. So if you like pumpkin spice ale,
We've tried a I mean, we've had some in our
I
day.
would
like,
say
Yeah.
slightly on the heavier side, but not heavy at all.
Right.
Just a little, like it's not. It's an ale. It's an ale.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deep ale, with good spices to it. Give it a try. Frankencastle.
It's got a fun story.
Market Guard Brewery.
I'm a fan.
You want to tell a story about the beer you're drinking? You got a fun story there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, pow.
And what else we got? You want to talk about anything else?
I was going to ask you, you got any fun things for us, Steve?
Toothpaste.
Yeah, Tyler brought this up. Tyler brought this up at the beginning. Well, not at the beginning of it, but before we hit record, and I'm like, save it. Because I didn't do a whole lot of deep diving on
No worries.
my list this week. I don't know why, but Tyler was like, toothpaste. And I was like, what about it? He's like, I saw this whole thing online. You lead off. Don't let me. You lead off.
Well, I mean, I just saw a thing online that people were arguing over. There's people that wet their toothbrush before they put the toothpaste on it, and then there's people that wet it after the toothpaste is on it. And I couldn't relate because I'm reading this going, I don't even wet my toothbrush, and I felt like I'm the freak. Y'all wet your toothbrushes before you put them in your mouth? Your mouth's already wet.
I do both of those things.
And then so I asked him which he is, and he said save it. I don't know what do you do both? What before and after?
I didn't say same. I didn't tell you what I.
Well, no, I mean he didn't tell me. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. I was
Go
like,
ahead,
save
Steve.
it for. Save it for
I
that.
just said both. But go ahead, Steve. You say it.
Wait, you already said it. Let's touch on yours.
What's both even mean?
You wet the brush.
I wet the brush.
Put the
I put
paste
my
on.
toothpaste down, and then I hit it, splash water again, and then I put it in my mouth.
So you like it really wet.
Mhm.
You like a very wet brush.
Yeah, you're not even on the category either. You're
In my mind, that's activating the toothpaste. It's activating the toothbrush.
Yeah.
That not pick up your saliva. It's already got water in it. So it's going to make it more foamy as soon as it hits my mouth. And that's what you want. So then I can just scrub. I have electric toothbrush now. So it's brrr.
I use electric.
You know?
Do you use electric?
I'm manual.
Manual boy, huh?
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wet my toothbrush first, always. And then I put toothpaste on it. And then I hit it underwater again. And then I put it in my mouth.
Sopping. Just dripping wet.
It's not really
That's
dripping
as
wet,
most-
but that's fine. Sure. Okay.
It's the wettest you can
It's
get
not cloth. It's
Right.
nylon fibers, so
Well,
they don't hold a lot of water.
I'm holding dry. You're as far as the spectrum goes, double wet.
Yeah.
I'm dry.
It's so weird because
Are you
I'm
single
right
wet?
in the middle.
You're single wet.
Yeah.
Double wet.
But I go with a dry brush, toothpaste on, and then I wet the whole ensemble.
Okay.
I put it under the water after the paste is on the brush.
I'm not saying that either any of us are wrong.
But I think it's so funny that we're sitting on this side. The way we're sitting, if you're listening and not watching, Tyler's to my left, I'm in the middle, Cody's to
We
my
are
right.
in order of how wet we
We
like
are.
our toothbrush.
we go dry
All dry.
to not as wet to the wettest you can get it.
These are things I went all these years. You guys, my best friends, never knew that about you.
Right.
I never know how you like your
Right.
toothbrush. You know.
Well, and then I was even thinking like, well, your dad's a dentist, so he taught you how to brush your
my
teeth.
I was
Obviously,
never taught to use water.
so maybe there's something to that. That maybe that's the more proper way is just straight dry.
Like maybe there's like just an abrasive scrubbing ingredient in the toothpaste that you just
Yeah.
want to hit it hard to do some scrapey jobs. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it matters, but
I really doubt that it makes much of a difference.
yeah,
It's just odd that how people have different preferences.
because those brushes are going to be wet in like 2.2 seconds. Like,
Yeah, my mouth's
2 seconds.
wet as could
anyways.
be. I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like
Suck your finger in it. It's wet.
toothpaste. As soon as the
yeah,
You don't
that's
need,
pretty wet.
You don't
in
need to
there.
add water to that.
It's pretty wet in there.
Yeah.
If you're looking, my finger should be shiny. If you're listening, I just stuck my finger in Tyler's
it's-
mouth.
That was weird.
Sopping
but
wet
that's
in
fine.
there. Yeah.
Very wet.
Makes its own water.
Did my finger taste weird?
I didn't have a taste. No.
Okay, good.
A.
A little salty.
Still, I'll leave room for growth, but
Should have done the caramel first, then you got
yeah,
it.
that's true.
You just rated the way my finger tastes as an A.
It's not a bad finger.
Well, there's a lot of normal questions like that. Like you talk about like brushing your teeth. How do you wipe your butt?
This is a thing I got to make fun of for everybody. I go back to front And apparently I'm the weirdo.
You reach between your legs.
I go between my legs, get all the way back, and then wipe front towards the
Yeah,
genitals.
you're not supposed to do that.
Well, no, if you're a girl, actually, I Googled it because everybody at work made fun of me. It says if you're a guy, it really doesn't make a difference. If you're a girl, that's a no-no because you're going to wipe poo in your vag.
Right.
Well, I'm just wiping poo on my taint or nuts, and that doesn't.
balls, yeah.
There's no health reason I can't do that. And I don't. It's not like that. I'm not just smearing shit on my nuts.
Yeah, I understand that, but yeah, that's.
But
what it is.
yeah,
No.
and apparently, I don't know who taught me. If it was mom or dad, I haven't talked to dad about this yet. But I go back to front.
There may be something to that, though, especially in porta-johns.
I don't have to lean over or anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm constantly leaning over and like touching, like I'm like bumping because I got broad shoulders. I'm a bigger dude. If I lean over in a porta-john, I'm like touching the sidewalls. I don't know. Some dickhead might have fucking peed all over that
yeah,
wall.
they
I-
do
you don't
terrible
know.
things in there.
Everybody does. Yeah, everybody does weird shit in porta-johns. So
Definitely.
maybe in porta-johns, like maybe that'd be easier to lean forward, away from the walls, and like. But I'm front to
So you
back.
guys go from the
I
side.
stand hover in porta johns
Oh, really?
when I go to wipe.
You guys go from
Now-
the side.
When you
I'll
go to
sit.
wipe,
I'll sit, but when I go to wipe, I do a little stand hover.
You stand up to wipe.
No, and just porta johns, not at home.
Well, let's just talk about at home. Maybe that.
At
Yeah.
home,
That's a good baseline.
at home,
When
I
you're
do a
comfortable.
little side cheek
So-
lift.
I can't even reach. I don't know how
with
you
your
do
left hand.
Huh?
With your left hand?
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna say you're pantomiming it right now with your left hand.
Go to my left
Well,
hand.
that's good because you
Aren't
shake
you
hands with
right-handed?
your right.
Yes.
You know, they're supposed to do with your left because you shake and greet people with your right or something.
I'm right-handed. I need
I
my,
like
I need my,
right-
preci-
I
I need my
do.
precision machine to
I'm
do the
with
work
you.
down there.
Cody's
you know?
really shake this guy's hand. He's never wiped his ass with his right hand.
That's a good,
What a-
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
I'm ambidextrous, boys.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
But I mean, like, I also wash my hands, so I shouldn't have to worry about shaking people's
Oh
hands
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
You know,
That's true.
still wash.
Yeah.
Why are you winking at me?
Me too.
Like, I wash my hands too. Wink, wink.
Okay, then here's another question for you.
Mm.
When we talk about these normal day things that people like to talk
Yeah,
about. right?
let's get into this.
So, when you're in the shower,
Okay.
do you use bar soap, rag, cloth, or a loofah?
I'm a loofah man.
Same.
I just use a bar of soap. I don't even have a washcloth. Oh, actually, no, I have a loofah hanging up just for looks because I felt like people that would take a shower at my house would be like,
Yeah.
why don't you have a loofah? And they'd think I'm not clean. So I tell you, I bought one and it's hanging up. I've never used it once. It's just for looks. Yeah, it's for show. I just rubbed soap on my body. The bar of soap.
I did that for the longest time until body wash and loofahs came out, and then I started doing that stuff.
I always had one when I had a girlfriend that I lived with because she'd buy one to be in the shower and it was
Yeah.
mine. But yeah, I get the Dove soap that's got the gritty things in it. It's like sanded or something. I just feel like
Exfoliating.
I feel great. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wrong with that.
I've
There's
nobody's
nothing wrong
ever
with
saw
it.
I smell. I don't know. Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
Well,
that.
my hands are my loofah.
I will say, I will say, back when I just rubbed a bar of soap all over me, I would still rinse the soap off after, because you get some hairs on there and stuff.
I do rinse the hairs off
Yeah, get the little pubes off of there and stuff.
just in case too. Like, what if a girl comes
Your
around?
loofah, body wash man.
Yeah. How long do you leave that? You're supposed to change this like once a month. I think I let it go for like 3, 4. maybe
Oh,
6.
you
I'm
change it by the
literally washing it every time I use
season. You
it.
got a summer one, a fall one. Yeah, same with my razor
Because
blades.
honestly, like when I wash myself, there's still a bunch of soap on there, and then I run it under the
I
water.
do the same. I
That's
do the
exact
same.
So
move I
I'm
do.
washing it out.
Yeah, but
And I'm washing my washcloth, which is
supposedly
my
supposed to do it
hands.
in my- Oh, so you do use a washcloth?
No, my hands are my washcloth. That's
Oh,
why I do
okay.
that too, because I'm washing the washcloth, which is my hands.
Okay.
While they're on the topic of showering, where do you start?
Where I start normally?
Yep.
Face.
Okay.
I normally do my face, get that over with, and then I shampoo right after, and then I do top down.
Yep.
I like to start with my hair, actually.
Yeah.
And then I get that so fluffed up, then I use all that foam, all that fluffy foam,
Right.
and go straight to crotch with that.
Okay. So then
I'm
after
actually-
crotch, you come up to
I'm
face?
using more shampoo in my genital crotch area than I am actual bar soap, because then I'll come back afterwards with the whole bar soap thing.
Oh, you shampoo your hair,
I start with shampoo.
shampoo your balls.
Because it gets so fluffy and sudsy
Okay.
that I feel like, well, that's what needs to attack this.
I use like a 3-in-1 body wash shampoo thing. So the same soap that washes my hair washes my body. Used to, before I ever really thought about it, like my instinct was just to go straight in, just wash the crotch,
Dick first.
and then I'd go to everything else. And then I heard this on some other like a radio show or podcast or something. They brought that question up. I was like, why do I go from dick to face?
Well, it's your own dick.
Yeah, it is. Right, and that's the question I brought. But then I got self conscious about it, so now I go top down.
Well, you think your face smells like dick or something?
No, it's just like because they were like, "That's weird." I'm like, I felt like I was called out, so now I go top down.
That's really insecure. Somebody to call you on that.
Yeah.
It's all, you're soapy and
Well, it's
wet.
not like
Everything's
they-
getting clean. It's fine.
Not anything even called me out. They were just talking about it, and I felt attacked, even though like they don't even know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care how. I'm just happy you're showering.
As
you
long
know?
as you're showering 5 times a week. That's a
Right.
good
Thank
thing,
you.
know?
Yeah.
You don't even have to be 7. 5 times a week is acceptable.
Depending
Okay?
on what I'm doing too, like if my hands are really dirty, I make sure I wash them first because I don't want like. Even though I
Yes,
use a
yeah.
loofah, like I don't want greasy hands.
If you're, like-
handling the loofah, just smearing it all around and
I
stuff.
shower 7 to 9 times a week, but if you're showering 5
7
times,
to 9.
Oh God, I don't
I'm
know.
every day. Yeah.
Twice.
Where do you get the extra 2 and why?
Morning and
sometimes-
night.
Sometimes I get physical and gotta take an extra shower.
Huh.
A quick shower. Just not a. I
mean-
don't wash my hair again. I just like go in, pop, little loofah around.
Because they make you feel brand new, not because you're
Yeah.
dirty. You just need like the.
But I have to take a shower in the morning. Like I
absolutely
feel
don't.
like
No.
my day doesn't start until it's
That's,
like my
that's
cup.
the next thing we're gonna bring
it's
up.
my,
Shower in the
like,
morning.
Next, it's my cup of coffee. It's my like energy kickstart.
I need those extra moments of sleep. I shower when I get home from work, and I'm clean.
Well, I have to shower.
I don't like getting into the bed dirty.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about that either.
Well,
See, I
same,
don't-
and that's where my extra showers might come from.
Okay, yeah, I don't like getting into the
Showering,
bed dirty, so
showering 14 times a week.
Yeah.
I shower before I go to bed. Now, if I don't shower before I go to bed, I will definitely not shower in the morning.
If I wake up,
I'm just like I went to bed dirty. I wake up dirty. I'm
Oh
going to
God!
work
Well, that
dirty.
doesn't even. Now you're just double dirty.
Going to work dirty.
Well, I wake up clean because I showered the night before, and I'd rather sleep than shower.
Whenever I've had lower labor jobs, I'm like, I'm not that dirty. And I'm like,
Oh,
you
if
know-
I didn't work, I wouldn't have showered when I got here tonight.
Yes.
I showered at Steve's basement every time I come here,
yeah.
and I wouldn't have.
And I gave you a fresh towel this time.
Well, it's been there for like 6 months, so I'm like,
that's nice.
yeah, I changed it with this
That's-
because it's fall now. We're changing it with the seasons.
The one towel was in there since the first time he appeared on the episode.
Oh God.
And then not
And I'm
only-
okay with it. I was like, oh, you don't have to do that, bud.
Well, so then I started to worry about it. Like, it wasn't just your towel; it was anybody that went in
Wash
there.
just
And
their
washed
hands. I don't care. That's how I didn't get COVID. I think I just
just exposed
that
yourself.
towel
Yeah, you have antibodies. You have all the
from
antibodies.
that towel.
Yeah.
Everybody that came over has helped keep me safe.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you
You
need
got
to wash
any other
towels.
weird, fun?
Let me think of any other weird ones. Oh, how often do you clean your ears?
I clean them a lot, but I have a good waxy buildup in there, and I go.
What do you mean by a lot? Like, are you talking
Daily.
once
No,
a week, daily?
No, I'd say once every other week. But I go in deep, dude. I go deep in my ears.
Okay. How about you, Tyler?
Not unless I feel a tickle or a reason. So, I mean, we could talk months.
Yeah.
But I wear earplugs daily at work, and when I pull those out, there's usually like a ton of shit on
You're
them. Like, I think I'm cleaning them
yeah.
daily with them because I roll them up real tight and I put them in, then they expand. So I think every time I pull them out, I'm like
You're pulling.
pulling out shit because I use one and nothing ever comes out. And I don't like to use them to get water out because my mama said that just pushes shit.
pushes it in.
Yeah, I was trained to not use it after a shower. So I'm
I
talking
think you're technically not supposed to use Q-tips in your ears.
a few
anyways.
times a year. I clean my ears only when I like got something in there that's like bugging me.
Every time I take a shower.
Okay,
Really?
yeah, that's fine.
Every time.
This man's got the cleanest ears in Tuscarawas County. That's for sure.
Every time.
Mama-
I might even
Ma-
say this side of the Mississippi.
Mama said don't do that.
You
but-
want to know a fun story that happened to me once? I think Tyler's might have been there for it. It was a few years ago.
Okay.
Every time I was going out on Atwood Lake and jump in the water, I get water stuck in my ear. I couldn't figure it out. Like my ear would get completely plugged up for days. And, like I could barely hear out of that ear. Everything was going bad. And I
You'd
was
almost
like,
get like swimmer's ear type
I'm
shit.
like, yeah, I got to go to the ear doctor. And then I'm like, I'm going to order this thing online first. And it was called this elephant ear thing. And it's just like, it's not an elephant ear, but it's just like a water pump.
Right.
That you can put like a fine needle, like back in your ear. Not a fine needle, but just like a little squirting thing.
Right.
And it squirts water in your ear, and it's supposed to like push anything out in there.
Flush.
Okay.
So I had Steph do it to me. She's squirting. She goes, "Oh my God, I see something." And she grabbed it with a pair of tweezers and pulled it out. It was the end of a freaking Q-tip. Holy shit! Was stuck in my ear for almost over a year.
That.
How drunk were you?
Yeah, I broke a Q-tip off my ear and it just stuck back in there.
That's why you got water in your ear all the time, because it would soak it up.
I was just holding it there like
Yeah.
a
Oh my
sponge.
God, how did you not get like an ear infection or like some sort of infectious
No,
fucking
it
disease?
was beautifully covered in wax.
His body took
It was
care of
beautifully
it.
covered in
They
wax.
treated it like a parasite.
Beautifully covered in wax. It was fine. Pulled it out.
The wax did its job.
That
That's
was
okay.
great.
The wax did
Yeah.
its job.
Yeah, they say you're not supposed to clean your ears every day. I do.
You
I
know,
do all the time.
do,
but
yeah.
they say wax is a good thing. It does stop. It's supposed to collect debris
It's there
that's
for a
coming
reason.
in your
Yeah.
ear.
It's there for a reason.
It's supposed to catch debris that's coming in your ear.
Yeah.
That's why it's wax. I mean, it's there to slow particles of shit down.
Yeah.
And catch them, and then you clean it out whenever it falls out naturally.
I'm surprised I haven't lost a Q-tip in my ear, because I go fucking deep. So much that, like,
my
and
God.
Sarah makes fun of me. Like, I'll get in there and I'll start rooting
Start kicking
around.
the leg. You're like,
You start, it's like,
No, like, I actually start gagging.
oh, dude.
It hits some sort of gag reflex where I'm like, and it's uncontrollably
don't
coughing,
hit your
gagging.
eardrum. Don't hit your eardrum.
Sasha
Hey.
Grey earwax.
My eardrums are already fucking shot, so it probably doesn't matter. Tyler can attest to this. Remember
Yes.
we walked out of Tool?
Steve's deaf.
I couldn't hear anything.
No,
Well, I think that was a lot of heavy tinnitus involved. Like, my ears were just ringing, and like you and Fred were talking to him, and like you guys
he
were,
lost his hearing for a night.
You guys were laughing.
It would
I was
concern
like,
me.
I started laughing. I don't know what you guys had said, but it must have been funny. And then
I think that's why he talks loud. I think he's
Yeah,
he's
probably.
I think Steve
Well,
are the first to lose his hearing.
I've been to so many fucking heavy metal
Hey,
shows.
you got a good reason for it, though. It's not-
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then the cool thing is too, like nowadays with hearing aids, you can pop them in. They're Bluetooth enabled. I can play like music over them, like shit. Or even like if the room's too loud and everything's,
Turn it down.
Like,
I
if
don't
I-
want to hear you talk.
If I go to the lunchroom at work right now, I can turn those puppies down. Just mute the whole fucking world out because it's way too loud in there. Too many people talking. Every motherfucker's like watching their cell phone on full blast because they're inconsiderate pricks. Like.
And,
tape.
and you're either deaf because you've damaged your eardrum physically from jamming Q-tips 3 inches in, or rock concerts.
Probably more of the rock concert thing.
And this is why Steve is turned down on his overall volume, because he can't hear himself talk.
What did you just say to me?
He doesn't know how loud he is.
He
'cause that's
does.
how bad
He
it
does
is.
do that. It's
don't
the what's that?
I think there's also a lot of. I've always been a loud person. Even in high school, they do the yearbook at the end of the year. Fucking when you're a senior, like best car, best dress. I got biggest mouth because I'm a loud dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very boisterous.
Best
the word?
Best mouth.
Best mouth. Most
Yes, you did. Yes, you had. Or still.
biggest mouth.
I think
Next
that's-
to
You could fit so many things in that mouth. It was so big.
next to I don't think she listens, but next to Emily Espenschied, and she was loud too.
Oh God, she
Oh, yeah.
almost is your.
And we
like-
both
Yeah.
we both were like, when we got it and they took our picture for the yearbook, we were like, I looked at her and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. She looked at me like, yeah, that makes fucking sense for you. I'm like, hey, we'll own it. Like,
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's a good vote. Yeah,
for sure.
that's a
Like,
good vote.
100%. All right, you guys got any other weird things that you want to talk about? Or
About our bodies.
I think
I wanted to bring up the fact that fucking Diablo 2 is coming out. Came out. It came out today at this
today,
moment.
yeah, I played a little bit.
We're
earlier.
all really excited about it.
Yeah, not to get too
That's
nerdy.
what
I
I'm
know
gonna go home and do tonight. Rather,
for
while I'm watching the babies.
a lot of you that are video game nerds, if you didn't notice, Diablo 2 Resurrected just came out. They re-released it for consoles now because it
And
used to
PC?
be only but it used to be PC only.
Right.
Yeah, this is a game we all played back in high school. Like,
Came out in like 2000,
ridiculously,
right?
obsessively. I mean, we're talking.
It's,
we've been waiting 20 some years for this.
Yeah, I think 2002, 2000. No, 2000.
Oh,
Or earlier. I don't
Jamie
know.
looked that up.
I think it's 2002.
I mean, this is super nostalgic for all of us.
Came out. They remastered the entire game.
It looks amazing.
And they brought it out for PC and console, which we're hoping it gets crossplay because Tyler's still
It's not. We're going to talk about that later.
2001.
Tyler's going to have to buy an Xbox tonight.
It's not. I looked it up. It's not cross-platform. It's cross-play. Or no, not cross-play, but it's
Progression.
Progression.
Oh, 2001? No.
June 27th, 2001.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's
I didn't
20
play
years
it a lot,
old.
so, okay.
So we've been waiting a lot of years. A lot of nostalgia for us boys, and probably a lot of people are the same age as us. If you play this, you get it. It's big. It's a big deal.
It's
big deal.
dope.
It's good for us. It's coming in fall, which I always consider video game season anyway.
Yeah.
We're going inside again. We're gonna slip away for the winter.
It's too cold to be on the boat. It's too cold to be outside. You're gonna stay inside. It's video game season, baby.
This is the game of the fall.
So how much you gonna buy my backup Xbox for, Tyler?
As soon as we get off here, before you leave, we are talking about that because Tyler's got to become an Xbox guy tonight because so he can play with his damn friends.
Well, I did tell him I'm thinking the cross progression will allow him to access his BattleNet account.
Yeah, 100%.
But he has to be in I told him he could probably come over,
I'm not doing that.
sign on to an Xbox in my house because we have 4 of them, right? And me and him can play, but he'd have to play from here.
Well, it only work if it's PC to console. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm only buying it once. I'm not gonna buy it on PC, then buy it on.
Right. Well, you've already bought it for PS5
Anyways,
or PlayStation.
Anyways, did you guys have a damn good time?
Yeah. Let's close this
anyway,
bitch out. I think
we'll talk about
there.
that. Nobody else cares
You
about your little
nerds.
squabbles here.
You bunch of nerds.
Let's talk about the necromancer, and paladins, and all that cool shit. But yeah, dude, I had a damn good time.
I had the damnest of good time.
I had a damn good time. Love you guys.
Love you
Love you boys, and we love you, the fans. Keep listening, keep liking and subscribing. Share us with your friends. Let the world know that we're pretty fucking cool, I guess.
I just burped
yeah.
cider.
So next
Love you
week,
guys.
come hang out.
Check in next week.